Chase Leak with the Blue Futon, and this is the last movie I'm going to see in theaters that is a 2021 release, and it is The Matrix 4 or The Matrix Resurrections. Is it a good movie, or is it all those YouTube critics pounding it like, this is the worst movie ever? Let's find out. Roll that intro. Matrix Resurrections. What's it about? Well, it's a pretty simple premise. Or is it? Keanu Reeves. Is he Neo anymore? Carrie-Anne Fisher. Trinity. Is she really Trinity anymore? Or is she Tiffany? Is anything in the three films actually real? Or is it just a complete nonchalant part of the Matrix universe with Neil Patrick Harris and a new Agent Smith? Is Mr. Anderson real? Is anything even from those three movies relatable to this film? For this one, it is very, very hard. As you can tell from my synopsis, pretty shit. So if you made it this far, thank you so much. But with this movie, it is very hard to not give parts of this movie without spoiling the movie, because it is very intertwined with the first three films. It does something different and unique. I kind of knew what was going into it about WB being the villain, kind of making fun of reboots, making fun of sequels, saying that studios really want to redo franchises, not do anything original. And I understand what you're going for in this movie, and how Neo, aka Mr. Anderson, is now a game developer and made the first three movies. But is he really a game developer, or is a computer telling him he's a game developer making the three movies, and the three movies were nothing real and all about his brain, and that's why he is crazy? So this movie is very meta. It goes really deep in the first three Matrix movies. The Wachowskis are not back. Only one of them is back with making this movie. Is that a problem? No. Is this movie as bad as what people are saying it really is? No. I think honestly the best part of this movie is the writing and dialogue. Like the last scene with Neil Patrick Harris, Carrie-Anne Moss, and Keanu Reeves is really good dialogue in my opinion with what the society is going for with sheeple, people in pods. And I know for a fact that this movie has a kind of the whole red pill thing. I know the Wachowskis is kind of mad that it is now a meme of red pill is now people not listening to the mainstream media, and the blue pill is just basically watching the mainstream media and being like, everything Rachel Maddow says is correct. Everything Don Lemon says is correct. Everything Chris Cuomo says is correct. I have a Cuomo-gasm with all the Cuomo brothers. Mainstream media. Twitter is real life. And I understand that's what they're trying to go for with that dialogue. And I do appreciate and I do like that type of movie. The issue with this movie is it was a very edgy, safe movie. And what do I mean by that? The action sequences, I wouldn't say they felt recycled, but every time Keanu Reeves, aka Neo, Carrie-Anne Moss, aka Trinity, were doing something, none of them had guns, kind of like, or they didn't do a lot of kung fu. It was more of force field, force field, force field from everyone else doing stuff to it. And a lot of the action set pieces felt very contained in this movie. You have a runaway train scene. You have one in a cafe. You have one barely on a street. Even though there is the final car chase at night with a lot of cars, that is filmed absolutely bonkers great. I enjoy that car sequence. And I really wonder how much of that is CGI and real, because a lot of it did look pretty real of, flipping cars. And for a fact some of the fire might be, in post-production. But I could see this gaining for visual effects for that scene alone. Even though a lot of the other action set pieces in this movie, also with the warehouse, it just felt very safe and an edgy, safe movie. There was some bullet time sequences in this movie, and it was going back into the whole, the monsters, the machines in that other weird universe where they're not plugged into the Matrix. They do something different with the machines, that some of them are good machines that are like stingrays and butterflies and birds and a weird Groot looking guy. And you're like, I don't know if I like that dynamic of the machine. I understand the machines, some of them are good now and they're fighting just because what Neo did in the third one, which is called Revelations. Yeah, or Resolutions, Revelations, something like that. And now some of the machines are good, some of the machines are bad, and you have the main machine that is kind of fighting with everyone else. And I do appreciate that storyline of trying to do something different, but the whole Stingray and the little Groot guy just felt off to me, or like more like Fantastic Beast, that little like that weird tree thing. It just felt really awkward and out of place for putting that in there. But like I said, is this Matrix 4 as bad as what people say it is? I don't think so. I actually think the best part of this movie is the ending dialogue. I understand how the first 30, 40 minutes you might roll your eyes of like, really, we're going that meta, we're going that weird. But doing that, I understand, because what the message is of this movie of reboots. Are we really just doing a wash on, live, repeat, 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 repeat? And I understand that's what the director and writers were going for with this movie. So overall, it's not a bad movie. I think it's actually a good movie. Is it great? No. Is it bad? No. I'm gonna go in the solid good category. So we're giving it a 3 out of 5 Futons. It goes at 60%. So see the critics' news scores gave this one. So we have the critics, a 65%. Audience score, 64%. 274 critics, over 1,000 audience. Here's critic consensus. If it lacks the original's bracing original craft, The Matrix Resurrections revisits the world for the franchise with wit, a timely perspective, and heart. Heart, I do think there's a miscasting with the new Mr. Smith. I really do think he's great in Mindhunters and like Frozen. I understand they couldn't get Hugo Weaving because he was doing theater stuff, but my God, re-seeing Hugo Weaving and Neo fight, that I really think that would bump it up a little bit higher, but it is what it is. It is done. 63, 64, 60. Chase Yacht with the Blue Futon. Quiet phone. Let me know what you think about this Blue Futon Utopia. You Blue Futonians, thank you for watching and have a great day. It feels like I squint a lot. Eyes closed, and 100% out. A lot of Snapchats, guys. Anyway, I would take the red pill, red shirt. Let's do it that way. But like I said, the ending, goddammit, phone of the pods, sheeple. I understand the dialogue, but knowing the politics of the director, and mad that the one side of the aisle is doing the whole red pill. Holy shit balls. Stop. Anyway, it does make you wonder. I like the dialogue, but who was it actually really for? Is this person phones? They're ruining everything.